Welcome, everybody, to Wrestling with the Week, a show that's about more than what happens in the ring. We talk about news, pop culture, video games, and then as soon as you feel safe, we throw you down a flight of stairs. That's just how it works here. I'm your host, James Williams, joined as always by the man who will probably get me killed by Sting, Scorpio Sky.
James, you are safe with me, and I have to say, what a week!
Sky, how are you doing? How's everything going? I appreciate you keeping me safe, but we're only together for maybe 90 minutes of that week. And I can't sleep at night. I basically can't sleep at night anymore.
Oh, I'm sleeping like a baby. I sleep so good, especially after Dynamite last night. I feel really good. I know we're going to get into that, but we got a great show lined up.
Yep.
Jade Cargill is on the bill for an interview, but did you see what I did last night?
Yes, of course I saw what you did last night. It's why I woke up in a cold sweat. That's why.
I feel like if you're gonna sneak attack someone from behind and then end up getting thrown down a flight of stairs, like you probably didn't plan your attack that well.
That's true.
Everyone's just like, God, I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. I'm like, what about us? Like, I had $1,600 red bottoms on, and those got damaged. And so I need to send him a bill. I've got a little bit of an ear, like my ear is hurting, and I have to wear headphones. So it's like now that Darby is affecting my second job as a very successful podcaster. Nobody's tweeting and saying, I hope his ear is okay, and these headphones aren't going to bother him. Like it's really like one-sided and not fair in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, one of the most shocking things I saw was that Sting didn't show up. And I started to wonder why, maybe where he was. And then we were actually talking before the show, and I realized since you threw him down the flight of stairs and he didn't make it to the bottom, right? Darby didn't hit the bottom. Sting's ankle's probably still bothering him. You know how you ever twist your ankle and you have to go up or down stairs? It's near impossible.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's on an island out there. What's he supposed to do?
And he's a coward. Because if he doesn't have his bat, he's a coward. You're like, who's like, riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? I said it. I will tell you, everyone is, I've been getting very positive feedback. Last week it was cupcakes. This week, the hotel on my way in here to do this, they gave me some Reese's peanut butter cups because they were so pleased with what I did last week. By the way, do you call them Reese's or Reese's?
Reese's. I call them Reese's, I believe. Yeah.
Some people call them Reese's, and it throws me off a lot.
What does Sting call them?
I don't know. He's got actually that reminds me of like a funny story. This is off format. I had a buddy, and his name he was a worker, and his name was David, but we all call him Flex. He worked under the name Coach Flex. He was telling us this story, and he was like, he kept talking about the Grand Prix, but he kept calling it the Grand Prix. And he was like, no, I was at the Grand Prix and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then finally, one of my buddies, another buddy, he was on Tough Enough. His name was Eric Watts. He's just like, damn it, Flexo. It's the Grand Prix, not the Grand Prix, you idiot. And he's like, oh, same thing. And he's like, no, it's not the same thing. It's two completely different things. And Flexo came back with what I thought was one of the best comebacks ever. He said, do I eat a Twix or do I eat a tweet? And I lost my shit.
Wow.
I nearly fell out of my chair. There's a story for you.
If there's one thing people truly hate, it's mispronouncing stuff like that. I always say debris. Like if there's a bunch of stuff everywhere, I say, oh, there's a bunch of debris everywhere. I know how it's pronounced. It's pronounced debris. I'm aware of that. But no matter when I do it, I will always get people reaching out to me and saying, why the hell did you say it like that? What is wrong with you? Why did you do that? And I'm like, I'd said it because I knew you'd message me and get a rise out of you. But I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm just screwing around. People. I don't care. I'll build heat. You know something about that.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with drawing a little bit of heat. All the best to Darby, the TNT champion, Darby Allin. I feel like he's on the road to a comeback, and you just have to take it step by step. One step at a time. You will make your way back up. And that's an L for him.
Yeah, maybe I just, you obviously slept like a baby last night. Does Ethan also sleep like a baby as well? Like, how are you guys are becoming pretty good buddies, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, when you have two guys with common goals, and
Mm-hmm.
we both are incredibly fashionable lads, and we're very attractive, good looking, well
Mm-hmm.
spoken,
Yep.
extremely talented, humble. What else can we say? I mean, like we're really, really good at what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We have never lost a
Yep.
tag match in AEW, and we are. The plan isn't even to go after the tag team championship. Like I've been there, done that. Like I hit it first. You know what I mean? Like that's not even the plan. We're just doing what we do, and we're just winning matches.
Yeah.
And beating up cowards. We're standing up to cowards.
Yeah. Yeah. You're standing up to I mean, listen, Sky, I love you, but you just basically described what it says next to bully in the dictionary.
No, we're like the Justice League.
Okay.
We're like you know what? We are Batman. Because
Mhm.
the Batman, they all think he's a bad guy.
Mhm.
Police think he's a bad guy, and the reality is he's a good guy, and that's what we are. We're good guys.
You just want to show off the talent that you both have and that hasn't been allowed to be showcased at AEW thus far. And I think that's completely justified. And
Was not justified to ruin my $1,600 red bottom.
oh
It
no.
owes me money.
No. I mean, when you have someone, when you have a champion or whatever coming in and hitting someone from the back, it's not the same. But yeah, it's just a matter about showcasing talent. And speaking of talent, we have an amazing talent on the show this week, Jade Cargill. We spoke with her about all kinds of things, how she got into wrestling, her amazing physique, and just how she maintains such intensity, and how honestly she burst into the scene with probably a bigger splash than almost any other wrestler I can think of in recent history. And we also played a little game with her. So we hope you enjoy it. Check out this run-in from Jade Cargill. Our guest this week has, in my opinion, made one of the biggest splashes in the industry since her debut. She is a legend in the making, Jade Cargill. Super happy to have you on Wrestling with the Week.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing today?
Doing very good. Thanks so much for coming on the show. When we started talking about having guests, you're one of the first names that came to my mind. I knew we had to get you on here because, as James said, like you're one of the hottest performers in the business today. Everyone is talking about Jade Cargill, and so it's a big get to have you on our show.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
One of the things I'm always like super interested. As soon as I found out that you were a baller, that was when I was like, oh, okay, let's talk about this. When we first met. So can we talk a little bit more about your experiences in the game of basketball and what got you into that?
I started playing basketball pretty late. I would think so, around maybe 7th grade. I was just taller than everybody else, which all the guys used to pick on me because I was taller. I was more muscular than a lot of guys. So I just kind of took that and I ran with it. I worked super hard. I had some amazing mentors growing up who really pushed and saw so much more in me. So I really enjoyed it. It was my first love. I just took it for granted. I was just talented. Hard work beats talent. I will say that. And I was just talented, and I was like AI. I was like, practice. What are we talking about? Practice. I'm a player. I'm more of a player. I hate practice, and my coaches used to hate it. Used to get on me all the time and try to get to me by not starting me or something like that. And I was like, whatever, you guys need me. Unless you want to lose by like 20 or 30 points today, you're going to put me in the game. I was very cocky and I took it for granted. So this is like my second shot at something athletic and I'm enjoying the ride. And I'm not going to take this for granted.
Well, that's a great segue because I wanted to ask you, like, what about professional wrestling kind of drew you in? Were you a fan growing up, or is it something that you saw as like another avenue for your athletic expertise? Like, what about it kind of pulled you in?
So I watched wrestling growing up. Believe it or not, I know I probably come off as a girly girl or something like that, but I was one of the guys. One of the guys used to fight all the time because none of the guys wanted to wrestle me. because I was a girl, and they're like, oh, girls don't wrestle, and it's a bunch of, roughneck guys. And I was like, whatever, like, let's do this. And I would have to, like, no joke, I would have to punch these guys in the face or do something for them to even want to get rough with me or something like that. Because I was like, I'm just as tough as you guys. If anything, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, like, whatever. So I watched it growing up, and watching China really put a lot of confidence in myself, because when she walked on stage, she had a presence about herself that was so assured. And again, I was bigger than all the guys and muscular, and she was very muscular and very fit, and she looked damn good. Like, she looked good, and it was undeniable. Her talent was undeniable. Her look was undeniable, and that's kind of what drew me in. I came in maybe around the Attitude Era, so I came from more of a football background. My mother and father loved football, and I was the one. My brother and I, Sean, loved some wrestling growing up. Got away from it, and then the opportunity came up with Mark Henry. He set me up with a tryout. Went well. I was asked to come, turn it down, and here I am at AEW, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, I think as far as wrestling, I'm 28 years old, and it shows me that there's so much more things that I don't know, and there's nothing but room to get better and to improve and to get better and be the best at this, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to elevate the women's division, but I'm here to be the best. I'm here to be the best. I wouldn't even step foot into this if I didn't think I was going to be good or benefit to this company or in wrestling in general. It's just, I'm learning on TV as I go. So I know that wrestling fans have an instant gratification. And a lot of people have been working in the indies, and a lot of people have been going to wrestling schools and centers that have developed them before they were on TV. And I'm probably one of Anthony Agogo and I are probably the first people who are developing as we go on TV. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. The sky's the limit. I just started, and I think I'm going to be damn good at this. So.
Yeah, that confidence is shining through. I love it.
Another thing that's like super interesting when listening to you talk about the transition that you've made into the world of professional wrestling is you are learning how to be a television wrestler. Whereas like myself, I just learned how to bump. I learned how to feed. There was no course of like, you got to make sure you find that camera. You got to make sure you pay attention to the audience and take that time and blah, blah, blah. Yes. So it's actually, it's an accelerated type of training that you are doing, because you're not just learning how to be a wrestler, you're learning how to be a performer. Because what people don't understand, we are athletes, but we're also actors, and we have to, there's pain involved, but then you have to have a memory and you have to have a clear mind, and you got to pay attention to these cameras, and you've got a running clock in your mind. If I've got 6 minutes left, or and 30 seconds till break, and yada, yada, yada. So like, talk about that, because that's something that a lot of people don't understand, that at the highest level, that's what really separates the good from the great.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. Coming down to TV and working with Dustin Rhodes has helped me tremendously. Like, people probably think I pose too much and do all this too much, but one, I'm getting your attention. Two, Mr. Perfect and all of them used to do it in the 90s and 80s. So whatever. And I love it. I love it. I know what the money cam is. I don't necessarily understand the floor cameras yet. I'm getting used to it. I am making friends with the production crew, just telling them, what looks good, what doesn't look good. But I know the money cam is always there, and I know to just always look ahead and look confident. That's it. But I'm going to touch back on what you said about the social media thing. So this is going to come off so horrible. Uh-oh. I don't care what people, other than my coaches and people around me who want me to see me do great. I don't care what people think. That's going to sound so bad. It's going to probably sound so bad.
No. You're trusting the voices that can actually shape you, not the people that have nothing invested in your success.
Yes, because as wrestlers, and even on this podcast, half of the people who do comment and say these things couldn't do anything that we do. They couldn't get up on live TV and do half the things they do. They probably can't even take a bump. They probably will throw their back out if they did a bump. So I appreciate the fan base. I love them because we need our fans. You know, AEW has an amazing fan base, but I knew myself prior to wrestling, you know, and there's nobody out there that's gonna make me feel any type of way because of something this small of a window that they see. I could care less.
Yeah.
I could care less. But as far as TV, I'm learning. I think it's best that right now with the whole pandemic going on, we don't have fans. So it makes that transition that much more easier for me. Even though now I have to think of all these catchphrases to say in between things, when if I had like a fan telling me to shut up, I could turn around and say something to them and it's that much easier. But I'm ready for the fans. Being on camera probably is easy for me because I do love social media. So it's not that hard. The transition isn't that hard for me. The hardest part is just the in-between spots, like I said.
We know you've got to get going. You're super busy. But we usually like to play a little bit of a game if you're interested. We would like to bring Eric on to tee this up.
That's my introduction. That's just pretend it's like...
Are those spirit fingers?
See, that's good.
They're spirit fingers.
We're both equally jacked and ripped. We're both equally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See,
I don't know about that.
So let's play this game, guys. I have 3 news stories, 2 real headlines that you're not going to believe, and 1 that my little old brain made up. Your job is to pick out the one, sniff it out, detective style. Which one is the made-up story? If you're following along at home, Scorpio Sky is 2-0, even though before we started, he was like, what are the rules again? It's like, come on, man, you're beating James and you don't even know what game we're playing. I'm gonna rifle through 3 stories and then you guys are gonna lock it in. Let me know which one is the fake one. Let's get started. Number 1, Vin Diesel to star in movie version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
I have my phone here. I'm like, should I Google this on the side?
No Google. Give us the other 2, Eric.
The second, a man names his newborn son Department of Statistical Communication.
Watch that be true.
The third story, Dave Chappelle and Elon Musk partner for new cannabis strain called Half-Baked on the Moon. Those are 3 stories. Those are 3 stories. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Department of Statistical Communication, Half-Baked on the Moon. Let me know. I have a notepad and a pencil at the ready so I can look smart like Sky.
I'm gonna go with the Dave Chappelle Elon Musk story.
Yeah.
You saying that's fake?
That's fake.
That seems reasonable. Like, I think they have been hanging out. Haven't they been hanging out in Austin or whatever?
In Austin, Texas. Yes.
In Austin, Texas. And
you've got inside information.
We have Jaleel White is also doing. You had Seth Rogen's selling pot, and Jaleel White now has his purple Urkel strain. It feels like that's almost on brand for both of them to do that. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I mean, Vin Diesel would sign on for that in a heartbeat. The statistical one is so crazy that I feel like it must be real. It must be real.
It has to be real. It has to be real.
All right, I'm gonna lose again. I'm gonna say the Vin Diesel one is fake.
Okay, and Jade, which one? Jade, which one do you think is the fake story?
Let's go with the Vin Diesel.
Okay. I can say that the man naming his newborn son Department of Statistical Communication is a true story.
Okay.
All right, good.
I thought so. Okay. People are crazy today. I knew it.
Yeah.
That was the most obvious one.
Right? Isn't that one crazy? Like, it's like, it's like, I'm Kevin. I'm Department of Statistical Communication. Like, roll call in 2nd grade is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will say, Dave Chappelle and Elon Musk partnering for a new cannabis strain called Half-Baked on the Moon. is a fake story. Vin Diesel did indeed sign on to be in Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Look, guys,
3-0.
Vin Diesel is.
I thought he hates
yes,
The Rock.
You are 3-0.
I thought he hates The Rock.
3-0.
That's right. Vin Diesel is a true story as well. The fake story is Dave Chappelle and Elon Musk. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? That's how we play Shoot Games, and that's how we do it. Can you believe it?
Before we go, I need to get this one thing locked in, and we alluded to it earlier on this show. Jade has been trying to arrange an AEW basketball tournament. I don't know if this is 2-on-2. I would prefer like 3-on-3, maybe even 5-on-5. The first thing I want to do is I want to put out my intentions. Jade, I want you on my team, or I'll be on your team. Whoever's the captain, I don't care.
I think it's the other way around.
Can we confirm? Yeah. She's the all-star captain. Yeah, I'm just. I just play defense. That's it.
You have connections. You know who can play basketball. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I know. So am I on your team?
Yes, I'm on your team because I don't. You're the ones who told me about the Young Bucks, and I didn't know they could.
We're going all the way. They're
I
ballers.
love it.
They're ballers.
Ooh, baby.
We're going all the way. We're winning this thing. Jade, thank you so much for doing this show. This was so much fun. For anyone out there that wants to follow Jade on Instagram, I've got it up here. It's Ms_Cargill. That's MS_CARGILL. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you doing this. I think it was a really, really good talk.
Yeah. Super excited to see what you're going to do in AEW and beyond because you're killing it.
Thank you.
Big things popping. Superstar potential, baby. I hope people are paying attention. You better be watching. Let's go.
Thanks, Guy.
This episode of Wrestling with the Week is brought to you by Honey. These days, it feels like online shopping is the only shopping we really do. That's where today's sponsor, Honey, comes into play. It's the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and automatically tests them when you're checking out. Honey is basically your online shopping best friend. Here's how it works. You get Honey on your computer for free, 2 easy clicks. Then when you're checking out on one of its over 30,000 supported sites, Honey pops up and all you have to do is click apply coupons. You just wait a few seconds as Honey searches all of the internet for the best coupon code and finds something that works for you. It'll apply it to your cart automatically. Honey has found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings, and supports all kinds of retailers from tech and gaming sites to fashion brands, even food delivery. It's simple. If you have a computer, Honey should be on it. It's free and works with whatever browser you use. You can get Honey for free today at joinhoney.com/week. That's joinhoney.com/WEEK. So they know we sent you. Give it a try and see how much you'll save today. Thanks to Honey for supporting today's episode. Thank you so much, Jade, for that amazing interview. And if you want to check out the entire interview, make sure to listen to the audio version. She covers a bunch of stuff, a lot of her fitness strategies, things that we couldn't even comprehend in terms of the intensity of her approach and her work ethic. Just a fantastic interview all around. So please check it out. And now I want to talk about Dynamite Blood and Guts, what we saw. Okay. Eric, are you ready for a little hot tag?
Yes.
Oh, is that your tiny bat?
Is that a bat?
It's a tiny bat.
Look. Yeah. After I saw what we talked about it already.
Yeah.
After what happened to Darby Allin, I'm not taking any chances. I'm just saying that I'm nervous to be a part of this program.
Yep.
And I'm just making sure that I'm ready because if Sting comes at me with a bat,
you will also have a bat. Yeah, I don't think that's what's the paper rock scissors? Yeah. He can come from the right. He can come from the left.
You can't get me from any side, Sting.
And even if they do, they can't fight. So as we proved last night,
listen,
he keeps saying this stuff.
I've watched
not really good fighting.
Enough wrestling to know that professional wrestlers don't have peripheral vision. It's always listen here. When I see you out there, I'm gonna get you. And then someone comes in from about 45 degrees away from that visual point, and then they get completely stopped. So that the turning isn't gonna help you. You will not see him.
That's so true.
Man.
That's so true.
All right.
That's great.
Look, guys, we have a lot to talk about. We got to get into it. Last night, Dynamite, crazy stuff. It was bloody. It was gutsy. It was brutal. Mm-hmm. The Inner Circle surrenders when MJF threatens to throw Chris Jericho off the top of the cage and then does it anyway. The Pinnacle reigns supreme. What's next for the Inner Circle? What did you think of Blood and Guts? Who's in on this one?
Let me tag in on this one. I thought this was just a wild match, okay? Because I'll say sometimes you get that many people in a ring, it gets confusing, and then when you add a second ring, it can get even more wild. This is a brutal match, but the thing that stood out to me is while the Pinnacle may have won, okay, so surrender on Jericho's behalf, it seemed obvious that it was the Inner Circle basically dominating the whole thing up until essentially the last moment. MJF was fleeing. Running away is the only reason they ended up on the top of the cage. So although it was a victory, I don't know that I would, if I were in the Pinnacle, I don't know that I would think, oh, we won. Like, I would be like, thank God we barely came out skin of our teeth. So.
Sky?
I will also tag in on this, and I'm going to take a different approach, taking competition aspect out of it. I'm going to talk about it as a fan. I thought this match completely delivered. It was as bloody and violent as we expected it to be, and probably a little bit more. I did not expect to see Chris Jericho get thrown off the top of that cage. That was insane. Hopefully he's okay, and big congrats to MJF and his band of lions, because they got the job done one way or another.
It's true. That MJF said he was coming for Jericho's spot. He was going to take it no matter what. He really took something. That was crazy.
Not a dog spot.
Man, no.
Not a liver spot. Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got moving on next. Got to talk about the AEW World Championship. It was announced Pac against Orange Cassidy next week. The winner will face Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. Orange Cassidy on a hot streak. Pac actually has a victory over the champion. Who do you guys think it's going to be? How is this all going to come down? Will Kenny walk out the world champion?
I will say one thing about this. I'm looking forward to this match. I have seen Orange Cassidy and Pac wrestle before, and it was phenomenal. Too close to call for me. I'm tagging out.
Wow. All right. I'll tag in on this one. I like where all of this is leading. I love that you can look at someone like Orange Cassidy and think, whatever, but then you see his record and it speaks for itself. As you know, I am a fan of records. And so it speaks for itself, but these two very different wrestlers. Pac is this super intense, just like a beast, just like wrestling an animal, whereas Orange Cassidy doesn't even take his hands out of his pockets. I think either way it goes, what's most important is that Kenny doesn't seem to be taking his competition very seriously. And I think that might come back to bite him in the butt.
Interesting. I will say the last time Pac and Orange Cassidy wrestled each other, I showed a lot of friends who maybe weren't wrestling fans, made a lot of fans just based on that match. Mm-hmm. But moving on, SCU defeated the Varsity Blondes, Jurassic Express, and the Acclaimed. They will get a shot at the Young Bucks next week. Will SCU walk out the AEW World Tag Team Champions, or will they make good on their promise to disband if they lose?
I'm tagging in on this one. Obviously, this one's personal to me. I have a long friendship with the Young Bucks and a very long friendship with Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. And I am saying Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels because I said if this match happens, they don't need to be SCU. They need to be the Addiction. They need to be Bad Influence. And I think that's what we're going to see next week when this match happens. They're going to have to dig deep to beat the best tag team of the last 30 years. And I think they're going to do it. Everything's on the line. I think they're going to do it.
Wow. That's calling your shot there, James. One word, yes or no. Will they do it?
Yes.
Wow. Hey. Incredible, man.
Continuity there. I like it.
Crazy. I love it. This is good. We're all on the same page here. This is feeling good. Guys, moving on. We have to keep rolling. Britt Baker destroys her opponent in like record time and will face Hikaru Shida At Double or Nothing on May 30th, is it Britt Baker's destiny to win? Anyone want to jump in on this one?
Sky, would you like to jump in on this one? Well, I'm going to hot tag, so you won't be able to.
What?
We have seen this happen again and again, and every single week I come to the plate and I explain it to you. Statistics, okay? I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at the rankings right now. Do you know how many wins Sheeta has? 3. Okay. Do you know how many Britt Baker has? 8. Okay. She's winning. She's a winning contender. Okay. She's got the best record. It speaks for itself. A lot of amazingly talented women right behind her, but they're right behind her. She's coming in like a train, like a steam engine, and she's gonna stomp all over this. I think we're gonna see a new champion. No questions asked. Record speaks for themselves. I'm a man of statistics, a man of science. Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah,
I am. Are you
for
done?
For now, I am done. For now.
God. All right. Well, I think that also means that we're done with this segment. So I'm gonna have my bat here just to make sure that I'm safe. But oh no, he's here! Oh no, that was just me. No, that was just me. Don't worry. That got scared. I got nervous, guys. Okay.
Eric,
it's like Bloody Mary.
Eric, I don't want you to leave.
Okay.
I want you to stay here for this next segment.
All right.
Because this is, I want you to, you've got a take on what's going on in this next segment. And this next segment is one that I like to call What It Do, Baby?
The whole time, man.
Yeah,
wow.
That's great.
Beautiful.
Big stuff going on here. We got to top this out. We got to start it off talking about season 3 of Dark Side of the Ring. They are bringing it. You got that list up there. Like they've got some heaters.
I do. They so Dark Side of the Ring. This is the 3rd season, and it's wild. I love that they're getting into some kind of like unknown stuff. A lot of people don't know about like a lot of these stories. Obviously, it's premiering with the Brian Pillman 2-parter, and that is, I mean, man, it's good. It's gut-wrenching. But a couple of the heavy hitters that we have in here, MDK all day, Nick Gage, they're going to be running a show on him. I can't wait to see that. Collision in Korea from 95. And look, there's a few other ones in here, but the one that I think piqued both my interest and Sky's interest was XPW. Wild stuff. Some Southern California original stuff that is like, they're bringing the heat with this new season. I can't wait, man.
I'll say this. I saw the first hour of the Brian Pillman one that is on YouTube, and it's fantastic. I mean, like Brian Pillman was a big fan I was a big fan of his growing up. And I was actually talking to his son yesterday and telling him how much I enjoyed the first hour and what a big fan I was of his dad, which I've never told him before. And he had his aunt who was on the special. It debuts tonight, premieres tonight, the full episode, which I think is going to be really, really interesting. And anyone that is a wrestling fan should check it out. The other one, besides XPW, that I'm so interested in is Collision in Korea. James, are you familiar with like this event?
No, I'm not. Like, there's honestly a lot of stuff across the ocean that I just didn't have access to growing up, and so I was going through a Wikipedia rabbit hole like a couple weeks ago, just like reading about a bunch of events that took place that I never saw in organizations that I've never watched. But please tell me more about this one.
So I've had an interest in this event for years, and I've been surprised that nobody had done anything on it. I've read about it in Ric Flair's book. Scott Norton has stories about it. So basically, around 1995, Antonio Inoki made a deal with like New Japan and WCW to go to North Korea and do a wrestling event. It was some 2 or 3 day event of Parade of Hope or something like that. Muhammad Ali was on the tour. And there was something like 165,000 fans in attendance. And they don't really count that as like an attendance record in wrestling because like the fans were like made to go because it was in North Korea. Like Scott Norton has like crazy stories. Like he was on the phone with like, you have to submit or surrender your passport when you got there. Scott Norton has a crazy story of like him being on the phone with his wife and he couldn't be in communication with her too much. So his wife was like mad at him, and he was just like, "You just think I'm partying over here. This place sucks. It's not like that at all." And it's like the line goes dead immediately. And a few minutes later, security is pounding on his door and dragging him down to the basement and saying, like, "You can't say those things. You can't say those things." And he said he thought he was going to die. Like crazy stuff like that.
Yikes.
So I'm really, really excited for them to get into that one, as well as XPW, which was a company that I worked for at the very end. And without getting into too much details about that, all I can say is some really crazy, deep, dark stuff happened connected with XPW, and so people need to check that episode out. The whole season is great, man.
It's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be really awesome. The FMW stuff is going to be really cool. If people are, we're excited about that exploding barbed wire death match, you can see kind of like the impetus of that through FMW and everything. But man, I'm just so excited for this whole season. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be wild. I can't wait to watch it and talk about it some more. So it's going to be I'm excited, but I'll leave you guys to the rest because I need to make sure that I'm safe.
All right.
Just in case Sting shows
up.
Oh God. But no, God, that was all right.
If you just so you know, if you look in the mirror after midnight and you say Eric Badur 7 times, that's what shows up.
No! Well,
Terrifying.
Thank you, Eric. You're safe. Trust
me. Thank you so much.
Sting and Darby are cowards. So, anyways, so we've talked a lot about me on this episode, which always drives the rating. I love it. I appreciate it. I love talking about myself. Love talking about Dynamite. Love talking about things outside of AEW. But it has come time to give a little bit of attention to the other host of our show in one of the best segments on our show. We like to call this 15 Seconds with James.
Ooh, I like do you hear the little chime there? There's a chime. When does the timer start? Now?
We are going to start the timer in a moment.
Okay.
James, tell us, what's going on in your world?
So, I was walking my dog the other day, and I heard a extremely loud bang, just like a whoosh, and a car crashed feet away. Someone's in the car, and they say, "Call 911." So I get out my phone, and I start...
That's all the time we have. Thank you, James. That was fantastic. What a great story.
It's true. That's a true story. I didn't make that up.
That's great. Maybe you could finish it next week.
Yeah, maybe. I'll probably have moved. I'll have some other exciting thing to say by that point.
Okay, so I thought this was a lot of fun. Great episode. Always good to catch up with you.
Yep.
This is we're getting close to the end, and so just want to let everybody know to make sure that they are following us on social media, on Twitter and Instagram. That is WWTWPOD. You can reach out to us, you can talk to us, you can bury us, whatever you want to do, as well as us individually. I am at Scorpio Sky on Twitter and Instagram, Scorpio Sky Official on TikTok, boom, and then James Willems on Twitter and Instagram. Reach out to us, holler at your boys, tell us about how interested you are in what's going on in James' life, how great it was to see Darby.
Tumble down those
stairs.
Send us your dreams, folks. We'll analyze your dreams. Darby seemed pretty out of it. And so what do you think he was dreaming about? We'll figure him out. Hit us up on social media. We got fun games that we have planned if you send those over. Sky, this has been a blast of a show. Fantastic show. Love this every single week. But we can't go out with a whimper. We got to go out with a bang. Isn't that right, Eric?
That's right. It's time for the finish. That's what we're doing here, guys. Okay, we got transitions. We're a real show, guys.
This is wild.
This is the big time.
Music.
All right, everything you could ever want in a podcast. Eat your heart out, Rogan. Guys, let me know. You gotta let me know. Look, we done one word and things like that. You gotta tell me right now until we're back for next week. What's one thing that you're looking forward to doing in the next week? Something you got planned, something you're looking forward to. What's the one thing that you're looking forward to over here next week?
James.
I'm good. I'm good. Hot tub.
Ooh, hot tub is a good, dang, that's a good one. That is not bad. Sky, do you have something that tops hot tub?
Maybe tequila.
Oh, baby. Oh, it's tequila sky time? Oh,
tequila
man.
sky is coming out tonight.
Uh-oh. Dang.
Yep. They said yesterday, meet us at the bar at 8:15. I said, I'll be there at 6:15, brother.
Wow. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to this episode of Wrestling with the Week. We will see you in 7 days with another episode. We're talking about everything from the ring to outside the ring. Bye, everybody. Brother.
Just stop. From the bottom to the top, gotta push through it all. You the one, do it all. You the one, do it all.